LFA 123, Argueta versus Santos main card prediction. Now, I didn't really realize they're going to be adding any prelim fights until probably around 20 minutes ago when I was just about to pop on and make these videos. They literally just announced 3 random fights out of nowhere to add to those prelims. One fight on the main card was actually canceled. And guess what? Another fight with Tanner Marlowe and Halston Williams was also canceled. But now we will be having Halston Williams fighting a Logan Nail on short notice, and this is going to be the first fight of the card in the light heavyweight division. Halston Williams and Logan Nail in the light heavyweight division. Short notice, as Halston Williams was supposed to be fighting Tanner Marlowe. They both have pretty even records, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 win and 1 loss. They both got a lot of power. They both got some pretty good wrestling and grappling, but if I'm being quite honest, we're going to see a finish. Every win and every loss for Halston Williams is a finish. Every win and every loss for Logan Nail, guess what, is going to be mainly a finish. All the wins are finishes and all the losses are decisions, but I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to see a finish here. Logan Nail coming in on short notice does not really help his case in terms of not getting finished in the fight. I think Halston is going to be the fresher guy. He's going to be the much bigger guy than Logan Nail as well. And I think he's going to go out there, just go ham looking for that knockout. He's looking to put his mark inside of the LFA with a really solid finish. But it's going to be a good fight. Logan Nail, he's got some solid wrestling, I would say, some decent grappling. Halston Williams training at Extreme Couture also has some good wrestling, but what really trends the two fighters apart is going to be their striking. Halston Williams is going to be much better striker, and with all of that being said, Halston should go out there and get the knockout in the first or second round. Good fight in the light heavyweight division. Alberto Rodriguez and Beau Samaniego in the featherweight division. Beau with 2 wins and 1 loss, only losing to James Leones by rear naked, getting a decision win and a knockout win before that. A lot of amateur fights as well. He did have a lot of those ones, 5 wins and 0 losses. A lot of them being finishes except 1 decision right there. But I do believe if Beau's going to win the fight, it'll be a decision, and it'll be mainly with that wrestling and grappling. If I'm saying the first name wrong, make sure to correct me down in the comment section below. But Alberto Rodriguez, much better striker. I mean, he's got some solid power in his hands, going out there destroying the 6 or 5 to 1 favorite in Chris McCott. Sorry, 4.5 to 1 favorite in Chris McCott out there. I mean, he looked amazing in the fight for as long as it lasted and got that first round knockout. Before that, losing to a beast in Motaz Askar, and then beating some solid guys in his amateur MMA career. And Mignon Poo, pretty decent win there. He doesn't have the best record, but he's faced beast Austin Bashi as well as Ryan Schwarzberg, a Street Beast alumni right there in Emmanuel Poo. But Alberto Rodriguez, I'm thinking of another guy in Contender Series. He's going to be the better striker. He's got way faster hands, way more power in his hands. He's got a really good jab, 1-2. Every now and then he likes to throw a kick. Not the best kickboxer though, but Beau, he's got decent striking, decent enough. I mean, he won't get knocked out by Alberto in my opinion, but he needs to go out there with that wrestling and grappling game plan. And I think Alberto's takedown defense will be able to keep the fight on the feet. So my prediction is going to be a striking fight, and Alberto should outstrike to get the unanimous decision. Really good fight in the featherweight division. Cody Davis and Payton Brezinski in the flyweight division. 4-1 and 4-0. The only loss for Payton is going to be to the Matt the Immortal Brown, who is fighting in the UFC. I'm just kidding, guys. It's a different Matt Brown. There's plenty of other Matt Browns. Sorry about that. On the regional scene over there, he lost that one by guillotine. But if you look at, there's a clear trend on how he's looking to win his fights. Rear naked, and rear naked. Obviously, looking to go out there, take the fight down, grapple and wrestle, and either dominate a decision with ground and pound or sneak in that rear naked and get the finish. Cody Davis is going to be the much better striker. He's faster. He's got better movement. He's got, I would say, a little bit more power. I mean, neither guy really has the most power. Only 1 knockout win there on the amateur career, none in the professional MMA career, but I still think there's a little bit more pop to the punch for Cody Davis there. But yeah, I do believe this one is going to be a striking fight. The defensive grappling of Cody Davis, I think, is very, very solid. I believe he defends the takedowns right here, keeps the fight on the feet for 3 straight rounds. Payton is going to be searching for that takedown to wrestle and grapple and look for that submission. But Cody Davis is just the much better striker in my opinion, and it'll be a good fight. Maybe we'll see one takedown landed in the fight, but that would be about it in my opinion. It's going to be a good fight. Cannot wait. I got Cody Davis by unanimous decision, Miguel Jacob and Josh Streacker in the lightweight division. I'm going to say it right now, there are path to victories for both guys. Miguel Jacob, defend the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet for 3 rounds, and point strike to a decision. Or go out there early in that first round, look for a barrage of punches as Josh Streaker's back is to the cage, and look for the knockout. Those are the 2 ways Miguel Jacobs wins the fight. The ways that Josh Streaker wins, there's pretty much one way that he's going to go out there and win. It's going to be to pressure Miguel Jacob, not allow him the space to be able to strike with him, and look for the takedown. Go out there, take him down, and TKO him, take him down, and submit him or something like that. Or maybe even not take the fight down, and just start throwing shots on the feet, looking for that knockout. But it'll be a good fight. I do believe Miguel has a takedown defense to keep the fight on the feet, where if it does stay on the feet, he is the much better striker. I'm not too sure the last time Josh has been knocked out, which leads me to believe this fight will go to a decision. So my prediction here, Miguel Jacob by a unanimous decision. I'm going to go 29-28. I believe 1 round will go to Josh Streaker. Really good fight in the lightweight division. Askar and Ryskulbek Ibraimov in the bantamweight division, if I'm getting that name correctly. We got a guy from Kyrgyzstan and a guy from Palestine, 27 and 29 years old, same height, and I'm really not too sure what the reach is, to be quite honest with you, but Ryskulbek, 19 wins and 9 losses, a veteran of the MMA game, fighting some honestly solid opponents. 5-0, 5-3, 8-2, 13-9, 0-2 there, 3-1, 9-1, and then a 7-6 guy. All the guys he's fighting are not just random 0-1, 1-0 guys. I mean, there's a couple early in his career, way back when, but in his last few fights, he's definitely getting a step up in competition. His last one was in the Titan FC over there, and it was the main event for the Titan FC flyweight belt against a beast in Victor Diaz. Victor Diaz, a 31-year-old guy, he's got submission wins over Askar Cruz, knockout wins, decision wins. I mean, he's a very solid guy over there, but not the worst person to be losing to over there. But Askar, much better striking here. I do believe he's got more power in his hands. He's got a little bit better speed, lands more volume, way better technique, jab, 1-2s, all the shots down the middle. Askar is a very solid striker. If Ryskulbek is gonna win the fight, it's gonna be heavy pressure and looking to maybe land a takedown here and there, a little bit of ground and pound, and try to get that decision. But I believe Askar's wrestling defense, takedown defense, submission defense, all of the stuff due to the ground, he'll be able to fend himself off from Ibraimov, keep the fight on the feet. And again, if it is a 3-round striking battle, which I think most likely it will be, Askar should point strike for 3 rounds and win the fight by decision. Really good fight in the bantamweight division. Daniel Argueta and Mairon Santos in the bantamweight division. Mairon with a 12-0 undefeated MMA record. Couple of the wins, not against the best guys. 1-2, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 7-14, 1-13, 3-2 is not bad. He's got some solid wins, 7-17 right there, but the most notable are 7-4, 5-1, 7-2, and then that 7-2 right there. So he's taking on some decent competition every now and then. Every now and then he does end up fighting a pretty solid opponent, like right here against a 22-year-old young up-and-comer Shooter Brazil Grand Prix main event in the featherweight division. It was a really solid fight there as well. But he's got very explosive striking, really good power in his hands. But again, if you look right here, he's in the lightweight division, which is very weird that he's fighting in the lightweight division here, going all the way down to the bantamweight division. I mean, lightweight to bantamweight, that's a pretty big difference in the division that he's going to be fighting in. But I do believe Mairon is going to be the better striker, but he's one of those guys, when he does strike, he kind of overcommits on a lot of his strikes because he does like to go for that finish early on in that fight and look for that spectacular knockout. But if you're fighting a guy like Daniel Argueta, doesn't really matter. If you're going to be going for those shots, looking to land those hard shots, potentially get the knockout, Daniel's going to take it down, he's going to wrestle you, and he's going to beat you there. So my prediction is Daniel Argueta getting the takedowns as Mairon Santos is looking for those big shots, looking to land the knockout. Daniel lands the takedowns and grinds out 3 straight rounds here in the bantamweight division and wins the fight by unanimous decision. Really good fight in the bantamweight division. But yeah, guys, that is my full card prediction for LFA 1, 2, 3. Argueta versus Santos. I got Argueta in the main event. Askar in the co-main. Miguel Jacob, Cody Davis, Alberto Rodriguez, and Halston Williams. There are a lot of very, very close fights. A fight that I think is pretty close, to be quite honest with you, could be Josh Streacker, Miguel Jacob. Because Josh, you never know. He trains with Clay Guida, could go out there, take the fight down and win there. Beau Samaniego, Alberto Rodriguez, very close fight as well. Logan, Halston Williams, very close fight. Those 3 can definitely go either way. All the 3 other ones, Cody Davis, Askar of Daniel Argueta, I'm pretty confident. 67-75% of the time, I got those guys to win. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and everything like that, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's go.